Tonight on EKB Evening News at 6, there are more legal twists and turns in the ongoing story about Eric C. Kahn and recent disability suspensions. Good evening. I'm Cindy Mae Johnson.
And I'm Gary Sloan. And we'll get to the disability suspensions and all of the rest of today's news in just a moment. But first, there were some scary skies over eastern Kentucky this afternoon. We check in now with EKB Chief Meteorologist Lathan Hopkins.
As a matter of fact, those storms prompting a tornado warning about 4 o'clock for northeastern parts of Pike County. Severe thunderstorm warnings for Mingo and Logan counties in West Virginia. Look at the Doppler radar shows that the thunderstorms have now moved off to the east and weakened out quite a bit, moving in toward Beckley and Bluefield now. But again, much weaker than what they were a little bit earlier. We have some video to show you of the storms as they rode through downtown Pikeville. And you can see the rain, the wind, winds gusting as high as 30 to 40 miles per hour. We also had frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, near blackout conditions or whiteout conditions as far as the rain is concerned. So it really caused problems out on the roads. And then once the storms pass, things begin to calm down. And like I mentioned, all the warnings, the watches, the advisories allowed to expire. Now, the storms also dropped a lot of rain, leading to some high water issues. This video here from Beth Johnson down in Coal Run, and you can see some of the ponding of the water, especially in Coal Run. That's something that the drivers had to look out for. That's the thing with these storms. Once they fire up, they can drop a lot of rain in a short period of time and cause some ponding issues, and that will be something that we have to watch not only today, but over the next couple of days. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit.
It really was a nasty afternoon there for just a little while.
It really was. The legal wrangling surrounding last month's suspension of disability benefits for 900 recipients and threatened action against 600 more took another turn over the last 2 days, with a number of motions being filed in lawsuits concerning the case.
In letters dated May 18th, the Social Security Administration notified 1,500 disability recipients that their benefits were in jeopardy due to a determination that the cases might have been subject to fraud. All of those cases were handled by Stanville attorney Eric C. Kahn and were decided based on medical evidence provided by one of 4 doctors.
The allegations arose from a 2011 false claims lawsuit filed by current and former Social Security employees Jennifer Griffith and Sarah Carver. Yesterday, a motion filed by attorneys for Griffith and Carver asked that a judge take steps to freeze Kahn's assets to the tune of $22.7 million, or the amount of legal fees Kahn has received in disability cases.
Meanwhile, there's been more action in a separate case filed in Floyd Circuit Court last week, accusing Kahn of fraud and violating the Consumer Protection Act. Today, plaintiffs' attorneys filed a motion seeking to prohibit Kahn from destroying, transferring, or disposing of any assets. Another motion would consolidate the case with another lawsuit filed in Floyd Circuit Court last year by Carver. In that complaint, Kahn is accused of retaliation by allegedly trying to manufacture evidence to get Carver fired from her job in order to discredit her as a witness.
The motions are merely a request by the plaintiffs. Defendants will be given a chance to respond before a judge rules on whether or not to grant the requests. EKB News will continue to follow this story and bring you more developments as they happen.
Meanwhile, the disability suspensions themselves are the target of another lawsuit filed over the weekend. Anne Marie Reagan with the Kentucky Equal Justice Center, along with Pikeville attorney Noah Friend and Prestonsburg attorney Ned Pillersdorf, filed a class action lawsuit Saturday against the Social Security Administration on behalf of disability recipients whose benefits have been suspended. In their complaint, the attorneys note that the federal government has taken no action against Kahn, but instead has, quote, chosen to punish hundreds of individuals for whom there is no allegation of wrongdoing, end quote. The complaint alleges the action violates the plaintiff's rights to due process and requests an injunction prohibiting the Social Security Administration from terminating benefits before holding hearings.
For police around the region and around the country, the annual Click It or Ticket campaign to enforce seatbelt laws ended yesterday. But as EKB News reporter Shannon Deskins found out today, police are still advising that buckling up is still a good idea in terms of safety, and scofflaws can still get in trouble if they don't.
The national Click It or Ticket campaign ended yesterday, and law enforcement agencies across Kentucky had extra officers on the road watching for motorists not buckled up. In 2014, 521 people were killed in motor vehicle crashes in Kentucky. 61% of those people were not wearing their seatbelts. The Pikeville Police Department participated in the campaign, and officers say the goal is to get more motorists to buckle up.
Basically, what we did in the 2-week campaign is we focused the effort, did more targeted enforcement on seatbelts, cram about a month's worth of work in 2 weeks. We made people aware of, via the media prior to starting the campaign, because that's what we want. We want people to wear their seatbelts. We don't want to issue a side ticket. We want you to have the seatbelt on so we don't issue a side ticket. That's the whole goal. So, but if you choose not to obey the law, then we're there to remind you that, yes, you need to buckle up.
And Lieutenant Thompson stressed that just because Click It or Ticket is over doesn't mean officers won't be watching for seatbelt violations.
Just because a 2-week program is over and Click It or Ticket is over does not mean that, hey, I don't have to wear my seatbelt out. Officers are still going to be out there every day in the course of their normal duties watching for, people violating the law for different things. So no matter if it's a campaign or what time of the year, or if I'm just going down the road or I'm going down a block, have your seatbelt on.
We don't have numbers from other local agencies yet that participated in Click It or Ticket, but officials with the Pikeville Police Department say that officers wrote an average month's worth of seatbelt violations during the campaign. For EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Shannon Deskins.
The public will get a chance to meet the new president of Big Sandy Community College tomorrow when a meet and greet is held in Pikeville. Dr. G. Devin Stevenson was selected to be the college's president last month. He began his new job today. Stevenson will meet the public tomorrow evening from 5:30 to 7:30 in the atrium of Big Sandy's Pikeville campus. Coming up, who's going to be the next star on the Country Music Highway? An ongoing competition, we'll find out.
And area children got the biggest thrills from an event to promote foster care awareness. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
EKB Evening News at 6 is presented by Pikeville Medical Center.
Pikeville Medical Center is celebrating an historic event. The results of a national Medicaid survey are in, and Pikeville Medical Center has received the highest rating possible in patient satisfaction.
PMC has been measured against 3,500 hospitals by the toughest judges available, and we have scored in the top 5%. That's one way we are delivering quality regional health care in a Christian environment.
Ray worked on my case relentlessly.
Injured people turned to attorney Ray Jones to protect their rights.
He was wonderful. You couldn't ask for any better.
Injury claims can be complicated. Personal injury, workers' comp, Social Security disability. We can handle all three.
Ray's a very good-hearted, caring person. He did wonders for me.
Helping injured people, that's what we do. Give us a call.
I don't think I could have picked a better law firm than Ray's.
Injured? Call Ray Jones.
Did you know that cable provides lightning-fast internet speeds that are secure and reliable, with enough bandwidth to power all your devices? When you say hello to cable internet, you say goodbye to slow. And that's a cable fact.
Unleash the internet with Intermountain Cable's ridiculously fast next-gen broadband. Unlike cellular, streaming and gaming won't be a problem. Power all your devices and say bye-bye to buffering. Make the connection today. Intermountain Cable. Next-gen broadband is here.
It's GM's first certified pre-owned event at Hutch Chevrolet. Savings up to $14,000. 2014 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 was $45,000. Hutch event price $31,998. 2014 Malibu 2LT. Hutch event price $16,550. Nearly 100 pre-owned, all with special event pricing through Memorial Day. Return it within 3 days or 150 miles. And Hutch will exchange it during the GM certified pre-owned sales event. Only at Hutch Chevrolet in Paintsville, Kentucky.
May is National Foster Care Month, and in order to promote foster care in the area, the Big Sandy Foster Adopt Association hosted Kids Day in the Park Saturday at Elkhorn City Park in Pike County. EKB News reporter Shelby Steele attended the event and brings us this report.
The second annual Kids Day in the Park was held on Saturday in Elkhorn City Park. The event is held in order to promote foster care in the area. On any given day, there are more than 400,000 children in foster care in the United States. 1 child per minute is entering foster care each day. May is National Foster Care Month, which provides the opportunity to raise awareness and recruit families into becoming a foster family. Kids Day in the Park is held in Elkhorn City because there are high numbers of foster children and low numbers of foster families.
A lot of people don't understand that when a child is placed into foster care, we try to place them in the area that they're from. So right now, when a child comes into foster care in Elkhorn City, they have to be placed away from their school. So that's another loss for that child. So we're having this event today in hopes of gaining some foster parents from this area and just promoting how people in our community can get involved in the lives of children in foster care.
Sandy Reed and her husband have been foster parents for over 10 years and have welcomed 30 foster children into their homes.
And we decided to foster because we had lots of friends that was in the field of fostering, and we saw that there was a big need for that. So our hearts are real big, and we had room in our home, and we just want to make a difference in a child's life.
Overstreet adds that foster care is not something permanent.
It's just so important for people to open up their homes to foster care. It's meant to be a temporary place, but that doesn't always work out sometimes. That's the best option is for kids to go back home with their parents, but we know that that doesn't always work out.
Kids Day in the Park was open to all children of the community, regardless if they were in foster care or not. For EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Shelby Steele.
Every spring, the search begins anew for the Country Music Highway's next star. The Road to Fame competition is once again in full swing, and EKB News reporter Courtney Lovren caught up with the singing hopefuls at a qualifying round in Prestonsburg over the weekend.
The Quality Inn in Prestonsburg played host Friday night for the qualifying round of the Country Music Highway Road to Fame local talent competition. This wasn't the only qualifying round, though, as there were 3 different locations for the qualifying round, so competitors didn't have to travel to one specific location. The Prestonsburg and Paintsville singers performed last Wednesday. Louisa and Ashland performers will compete this Friday, and the Quality Inn accommodated the participants from the Pikeville and Hazard areas. Prestonsburg Tourism Director and Road to Fame Committee Chairman Fred James explained the process.
30 people, 10 from each qualifying round, will advance to the semifinal round. There'll be 2 of those. One is on June the 18th at the Mountain Arts Center, and the other is June 25th at the Mountain Arts Center. From those, we'll take 12 and move them on to the finals, which is July the 2nd. So that's the progress of the rest of the program.
The Road to Fame is a singing competition that begins with 64 singers and gives them the opportunity to get discovered along with a grand prize of $1,500 to the winner. The singers are allowed to perform covers of songs for their audition music, or they can use original music that they've written themselves. 3 judges with music experience and backgrounds judge the qualifying rounds. James elaborated on how the competition can benefit local performers in many different ways.
It all depends what they want. If they want to have fun and get out here and compete for the sake of competing, they're doing that. If they want to learn more and possibly advance themselves into a career or maybe into music groups and play at restaurants, that's fine, and that's all good, and that's what we're providing the stage for them to do that.
Reporting for EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Courtney Lovren.
This Saturday and Sunday, State Fire and Rescue Training held 2 8-hour classes for all area firemen at the Kemper Fire and Rescue Station in Pike County. The first day featured firefighter survival. Each day had a 3 to 4 hour classroom session, while the rest of the day was filled with hands-on training. Area 11 State Fire and Rescue Training Instructor Nate Looney says this is something firefighters should do every year.
Back in the early 2000s, we started rethinking a new approach on ways to get firefighters where they could get themselves out of trouble. So the Fire Commission came up with the state program of firefighter survival. We're teaching them how to get themselves out of a bad situation, whether they are cut off by fire, they lose a hose line, they fall through a floor, they have to bail out a window on a ladder head first. So we're giving them this knowledge in order to save themselves in case they find themselves in one of these bad situations on the fireground.
Fire stations that participated in classes this weekend were Coal Run, Hatfield, Blackberry, Johns Creek, Gulnair, and of course Kemper. Well, coming up, Jamie Johnson will be here with a story about a softball game with a timeless message.
But first, EKB Chief Meteorologist Lathan Hopkins will look ahead to this week's weather. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Pikeville Medical Center is celebrating an historic event. The results of a national Medicaid survey are in, and Pikeville Medical Center has received the highest rating possible in patient satisfaction.
PMC has been measured against 3,500 hospitals by the toughest judges available, and we have scored in the top 5%. That's one way we are delivering quality regional health care in a Christian environment.
I love my Appalachian Wireless Keeper data, but I used to hoard it. Until I got help from Dr. Abby Latchin.
I wrote Glenn a prescription for happiness, and now he shares.
Share.
Appalachian Wireless's Keeper data lets you keep your unused data at the end of each month and add up to 10 lines to share your data with family or friends. Side effects may include increased happiness, prolonged smiling, elevated heart rate, and heightened popularity.
Get your prescription for happiness.
Walters, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. Over 300 new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Coal Country's largest selection of Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. Shop with us online today, where we have over 250 vehicles for you to view from the comfort of your home. See something you like online or want to browse our lot in person? Then come on down to Walters Chevy. Our friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle at the very best price. Visit us online, waltersgm.com, or stop by our lot today.
Hi folks, I'm Ari Edsel Branham. Based on over 30 years of doing this job I love, I invite you to click on irabranham.com, where you'll find helpful videos when the need arises. Wreck with a car or big truck, family law, divorce, child custody and support, criminal law matters, DUI, on-the-job injuries, workers' compensation. Click on it or dial me up. I want to help.
The weather with Chief Meteorologist Lathan Hopkins is presented by the Ira Branham Law Office.
Well, yes, it has been a summery day today, and that thunderstorm really said summer to me.
It sure did. The gusty winds, heavy rain, and some reports of some large hail across the region as well. Things calming down across the region. The Doppler radar showing a few light showers. This is looping over the past 1 hour, and you can see, if you look very quickly, there in Mingo and Logan County, we did have that severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect at the top of the hour. That is long gone now. The storms are well into the mountains of West Virginia, stretching from Beckley down toward Bluefield. Now we're dealing with some light rain showers moving right along the Kentucky-Virginia border. We'll be near Whitesburg, Jenkins, and actually we can zoom in a little closer and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Right along 119 and of course over toward Elkhorn City on 460. So some lighter rain will be making its way through Letcher County, southern Pike County, and eventually southern Mingo and Logan counties in West Virginia here within the next hour or so. But boy, it was a busy afternoon for about an hour and a half or so. We had the tornado warning in effect for northeastern Pike County. We had the severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for that little line of storms right there that moved through the Big Sandy region, also now into the Tug Fork of West Virginia. Looking behind this system, a couple of light showers continuing to move through parts of southern Kentucky. So we will keep a chance of showers in the forecast for the overnight hours tonight. Looking outside, cloudy skies, temperature 66 degrees, rain cooled at that. Humidity levels very high, of course, with that rain moving through, the winds light, and the pressure at 30.07 and steady at the moment. As far as the almanac is concerned, we hit 73 at the National Weather Service office in Jackson. Below average, of course, our normal high should be 78. Now at the National Weather Service, they picked up just over a ½ inch of rain. Here at the station, as that storm moved through, we picked up 0.8 of an inch of rain, so nearly an inch of rain in a very short period of time. That led, of course, to some of the ponding that I showed you a little bit earlier. Let's take a look at what we have on the satellite and radar composite, because this is something that you're going to be seeing over the next couple of days. We have a front that is stretching right across the Appalachian Mountains. What's going to happen, we get these areas of low pressure to develop and move right along that front, and that's going to keep a chance of showers, maybe a few thunderstorms in the forecast, not only today, not only tonight, but for the next 7 days. I'll show you that with the 7-day forecast here in just a second. Let's talk about the pollen count, and well, first I'll show you what's expected during the overnight hours tonight through the day tomorrow. That front should be just far enough to the east that we should be able to keep just a 30% chance of rain in the forecast for tomorrow as compared to the 70% we had today, but that will change as we head into midweek. Now to the all-important pollen count, sponsored by Faith Pharmacy, Adams Plaza in Pikeville. With the not as humid air moving in tomorrow, that will drop the pollen count to 4.3 out of a possible 12. Wednesday, Thursday, back up to in the 6 category, so 6.8 Wednesday, 6.2 on Thursday, which puts us approaching the high category. That 7-day forecast, 30% chance of rain on Tuesday. That goes up to a 50% chance of rain Wednesday, Thursday, and even as we head into the weekend, temperatures in the 70s through Wednesday, and then right back in the 80s, but the humidity is not going to go far. You'll notice it back by midweek.
I don't like those little rain icons all the way
Each
across
and
the
every day.
screen.
It's
Yeah.
a typical summertime pattern that we're in with the heating of the day, the afternoon and evening. You'll see those storms pop up and then kind of die out once we get to the overnight hours.
And I'm waiting on your pollen count for you to give us a sneeze factor.
It's going to be very high,
It's good.
especially Wednesday and Thursday.
Gotcha.
Just be prepared for that.
Thank you, Lathan. And we'll be back with sports in 2 minutes.
The results of a national Medicaid survey are in, and Pikeville Medical Center has received the highest rating possible in patient satisfaction.
I want every employee of PMC to understand that this is their award, and without them, this would not be possible. PMC has been measured against 3,500 hospitals by the toughest judges available, and we have scored in the top 5%. That's one way we are delivering quality regional health care in a Christian environment.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Helping Daddy approve lunch.
Well, another busy day at Deskins Motors. Get back to work.
You're approved.
You're approved.
The oldest liquor store in Pikeville opened in the 80s, and today has the largest and best selection of beer, liquor, bourbon, and wine. Good times are only good when everyone makes it home safe. Downtown Liquors would like to remind everyone to please drink responsibly. Open 7 days a week, located at 453 Hamley Boulevard. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
It's GM's first certified pre-owned event at Hutch Chevrolet. Savings up to $14,000. 2014 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 was $45,000. Hutch event price $31,998. 2014 Malibu 2LT. Hutch event price $16,550. Nearly 100 pre-owns, all with special event pricing through Memorial Day. Return it within 3 days or 150 miles. And Hutch will exchange it during the GM certified pre-owned sales event. Only at Hutch Chevrolet in Paintsville, Kentucky.
Well, the Reds, are they showing any signs of improvement?
Well, they've swept the Nationals, and they're supposed to be pretty good. So,
Yeah.
I mean, things may be changing. That's why baseball is a marathon and not a sprint.
Right.
But before we get to the Reds, how about a different story here tonight? Summer is here, and kids in our area are shifting their attention from the classroom and testing the swimming pools and vacation. And one group of 11 and 12-year-old girls will be searching for diamonds, softball diamonds, that is. And they'll be taking part in softball ministry in East Kentucky that's never been done before. It's called Legacy Fast Pitch, and it's looking to take roots here in Pike County. It's been said that the single best natural resource we have is our children. And while many of us enjoy having our kids participate in sports as part of learning competition, what if we could use sports as a platform for teaching lasting lessons about life beyond the score of the game, with Jesus at the center of the message? That's what Legacy Fast Pitch Softball is all about.
Legacy was created to give them the opportunity to learn leadership principles and skills that they can use at home, in their classroom, and in their communities. But most important, Legacy was created to show these children that they have value, that they have worth, and that they, most importantly, that they're loved by a Heavenly Father that adores them. And these are skills and principles that Legacy will hopefully give these kids to use throughout the courses of their life.
Legacy currently fields one team based out of Breathitt County, with girls from different parts of the mountains, including Pike County, participating in weekend tournaments being played at Moorhead, Mount Sterling, Lexington, and the Tri-Cities. However, the goal of Legacy is to bring those opportunities closer to home.
Currently, there's just not a lot of opportunity for little girls, and that's what the Lord has blessed me with, 3 little girls. So I'm taking what He has given me, and we've created a fast pitch softball team. And what we would really like to see is we'd love to see teams with the age groups 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, all the way up to where you've got, it's a family. When a kid graduates from an age group, they move up to the next Legacy team for that age group. And those older girls, they interact with the younger girls. And this ends up being a mentor program where you've got young girls learning how to be young women and doing it in a way that is supported by godly principles of love and value.
Legacy has already begun making a difference in the lives of those who are taking part in the message.
Legacy Fast Pitch means a lot to my daughter, Keisha. She recently gave her heart over to the Lord, and she's planning on getting baptized. She's really close to these girls, and she enjoys what we're going to do with doing community work and giving back, and she loves the devotionals.
The most powerful part of the Legacy experience is witnessing the gospel of Christ, and it's not the coaches who lead this ministry by example, it's the players.
Our girls are leading the devotional. You're giving 10 and 11 and 12-year-old kids the opportunity to get in front of people they don't know and speak. It's giving them, courage to do that, and it's giving them the opportunity to do public speaking, which terrifies most of us.
For EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Jamie Johnson. Now, for more information on how you can become involved with Legacy Fast Pitch, here's a picture of their Facebook page. All you need to do is search Legacy Fast Pitch. To the Major League Diamonds now, and the Cincinnati Reds were in search of their first series sweep since the season opening series with Pittsburgh. Reds entering the Washington Nationals this weekend, entertaining those guys. Game was tied at 2-2 in the 7th inning when Brandon Phillips snapped an 0-for-18 streak with this base hit. Reds would lead 3-2. Next, the Todd father, Todd Frazier, named National League Player of the Week today, drives in Phillips. He also smacked his 16th home run of the season earlier in the game. Reds having a big inning, and then Jay Bruce down the right field line. Reds would score 6 in the frame, sweeping the Nationals 8-2. The Raleigh State Baseball Tournament began today in Lexington. Not much to tell you aside from the fact that rain delayed this morning's action to this afternoon. Hopkinsville and North Hardin County, there we go, trying to wrap up their first game today. Lawrence County and Greenup County will be playing later on this evening. 5 games will be played tomorrow in opening round action as it continues. And finally tonight, congratulations are in order to Knott Central's Cameron Justice, who has been named Parade All-American. Justice, Kentucky's Mr. Basketball, was the lone Kentuckian amongst this year's honorees. The Parade All-American basketball teams is the longest list of ongoing selection of high school basketball All-Americans in the country, dating back to 1957. Justice will suit up for the Vanderbilt Commodores coming up in the fall. And that's a look at sports.
That's a huge honor to have a local guy on that list.
Yes, very much so, especially a list that's so prestigious.
Yeah, really impressed.
Thank you, Jamie. And we'll be right back.
How do we give every patient the best medical care possible? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that brings you access to the finest medical knowledge anywhere, right here at home. Pikeville Medical Center, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
Zip, paddle, saddle. Pikeville's exciting outdoor adventures just got even better. For a very limited time, zip line, kayak, and ride horseback for one super low price. Zip, paddle, and saddle for only $69 adults and $65 ages 8 to 14. Zip line portion only $29 adults and $25 kids. Reserve your spot now at visitpikeville.com. Explore the beauty of the Appalachian Mountains like never before.
You love custom automotive accessories, and so do we at Walters Toyota Nissan. Regardless of where you bought your car, truck, or SUV, let Walters Toyota Nissan customize it and accessorize it. Window tint starting at $119. WeatherTech starting at $109. Lift kits, bed liners, hitches, rain guards, bug shields, custom decals, and wheels. All professionally installed. So no matter what you drive or where you got it, Walters Toyota Nissan is your custom automotive accessories one-stop.
It's true, all it takes is one person, you, 1 red cent, also known as a penny, to walk into one store, Appalachian Wireless. And you can walk away with the one Android smartphone that we don't have to tell you how great it is, because we know you'll look up the reviews online anyway. Get the HTC One M8 from Appalachian Wireless for just a penny when you sign up for service. Going on now at an Appalachian Wireless near you.
Men's wardrobe is provided by the Men's Corner, Weddington Plaza. We've got you covered.
Well, Lathan, the chance for some more showers popping up?
This evening and overnight tonight, as a matter of fact. Temperatures dropping upper 50s, low 60s for tonight, and back in the mid 70s tomorrow. A 30% chance of rain, but that will increase by the middle part of the week.
A rainy week ahead. That might affect that tournament tonight in Lexington.
Yeah, it's probably going to push some things. Already, 4 games were supposed to be played today. One going to be too late to even start, so hopefully they'll try to get that off without a hitch. Good thing there's no school.
True.
Keep them out all night, play baseball.
And any hints about the topics for Sports Guys tonight live?
Probably the reinstatement of UAB football, I would imagine, to be on the docket tonight. Red's trying to put together some wins, and we're recapping and putting a closure on the local sports scene for the year.
That's coming up tonight live at 7.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. That will do it for tonight's EKB Evening News. Remember, you can get more local news anytime by listening to the radio stations of East Kentucky Broadcasting.
You can also follow EKB News and EKB TV on Facebook and Twitter. We're going to leave you tonight with some impressive footage of this afternoon's thunderstorm rolling through, as seen from the Pikeville Overlook. Good night, and thanks for watching.